There are some very interesting experiences that I get to have as a result of being an ADHD coach. And I'd like to share another with you now. All day, every day, I meet with people who have ADHD, and we both have it, and we both know that we have it. And that allows us to adjust some expectations and do some things a little differently. And the thing that I find most interesting, especially, of course, having done this on my side of things for so long, is when I start to work with someone new and I do things that are how I would like to be treated, how I think most people with ADHD would like to be treated. I give that to them and they're just like, what the hell? They can't process it until they go, oh my God, that's the way. Oh, why can't everyone be like this? And they could, but that's another story. So, an example that I want to share right now is yesterday I had a session with a client, and great session, but towards the end we'd been chatting for quite a long time. And it's normal that concentration is going to dip. There was one moment in particular where I said a particular phrase that was important that I did need her to hear and take in. And afterwards I said it, and then I felt that she'd gone that she might have missed it. And then she said, I missed what you just said. Would you mind repeating it? Of course I didn't, not at all. I repeated it again. She missed it again. And then she started to get distressed quickly. Oh no, I tried to understand and I tried to listen, and even though I was trying actively to do so, I still couldn't do it. It didn't go in. Oh no. The implication that it's being that she'd somehow let me down or failed or hadn't tried hard or whatever it was, pretty normal, pretty reasonable to have that sort of a response. But me just going, that's fine. I get it. That happens. So what? I'll say it again. And I'll just keep saying it patiently, calmly, without any judgment until you get it, or we give up and move on because it doesn't fucking matter. She received that well, but it took her a moment to be like, this is okay. I haven't stuffed up. Whoa. Now, then I repeated it back. Well, I said the thing a third time, but this time also because I had taken on board that however I'd done it in the past hadn't landed, I also changed what I could be responsible for. I can't control whether she can or can't take something in. She can't control that. It's not voluntary. But what I could control is I said it in a very different way this time. Previous way wasn't working. I tried again. I didn't place an expectation on her to step up and do something. I didn't place that expectation on her. I changed my tone. I said different words. I said it slowly and then fast all at once or something to get her to be more engaged. And it's not hard, but it worked. And then after that, she went, yeah, cool, got it. She repeated it back to me for her own sake, just to ensure that she got it right, which again, I truly appreciated. And then we just discussed a little bit, that being her new standard, that being the new standard of expectation that she would set and establish for the other people in her life. And that if she misheard, didn't absorb something despite trying, that she wouldn't accept if they got frustrated at her because it's not her fault. And if they weren't able to understand that, that's their problem. Frustrating as it might be for them, she didn't do a thing wrong. And so I believe, and I fervently pray, that will convert, that will translate, and she won't be feeling guilty about another thing that is just not her fault moving forward. And at the end of the day, that's all I really want to do. Wouldn't that be nice? So, see how that goes. Now, what's the relevance of this to you? Maybe you're someone with ADHD. Maybe you're listening to me saying this and it is kind of mind-blowing to you that could be okay, that people can have these conversations and be so accepting. Maybe you're listening to this going like, get to the point, when's the interesting part? Because this is so obvious to you that it didn't land. But you would be in the minority. Most people expect to feel a shame and a sense of personal responsibility for their own ability to understand. And that if they haven't understood, then they have failed. And it's a statement about their ability and in fact their overall worth as a person. Now, if you are someone who no longer sees the world like that, like sincerely, that's great, but that's a rare experience. So if you're not in that camp, you might hear this and go, sweet, that's another thing that I will now start to adjust my expectations, both on myself and in terms of what I allow other people to say to me. And you may then also start to go, and what are some other things in my life that aren't my fault and that I'm not going to blame myself for anymore? Oh, what about that? Oh, Greg gets annoyed at me when I do this, but fuck him. I'm not doing anything. Oh, cool, interesting. And what about this? Whatever it might be, right? I'm not trying to give you just this card to go out and just be obnoxious to everyone and say, yeah, it's not my fault, it's the way I am, deal with it. I'm not saying that. But in the cases where you truly have done your best, and just due to the nature of who you are and how your brain works, and it's beautiful and amazing and creative in so many other ways, but some things it doesn't do as well, maybe, just maybe, you might not beat up on yourself quite as much after hearing this. And that's my hope. Thank you. This brings us, yet again, to another video, where I will now do my sign-off speech as quickly as I can, which is not really that fast. But if you're new to the channel, if you don't know me, I am an ADHD coach. I have ADHD and my name is Jack, and every single day, I have not missed a day this year, every single day I post a new video about things, ADHD, whatever, something that I believe is going to help you or help someone. I give this freely because I want this out there, and I'll be doing a new video tomorrow on who knows what yet, but I will be giving pouring as much value into it as I can for you. If you want to see what that is, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.